So it's been about 2 weeks of resistance training since my fifth prolotherapy treatment. It's a mouthful. Um, and so just wanted to report in that when I reached the 2 week mark, as I predicted, suddenly I started to feel all the aches and pains that I was feeling before the treatment. And it wasn't disheartening because it was something I knew that was coming, and I also knew that it would get better. It was just a reminder of how much pain I just was dealing with on a daily basis before this past treatment. Now, there are some days where hardly ever have to feel like I have to do anything to my shoulder. I forget, which is really what I want. I don't want to even think about issues with my shoulder because I don't want there to be issues. There are also some times when I try to roll out some knots in my back. They're not necessarily knots. I don't know if they're knots, but putting pressure on certain spots makes everything feel better. So I try to roll it out. Starting to realize how much I'm starting to realize how much discomfort and pain or muscle tightness or whatever that I'm experiencing is stemming from damage to the rib cage right here. Um, it I'm starting to realize how much of the pain is coming from. Like I'll try and take a ball and I'll wedge it, into my collarbone, this area, to put pressure on the scalenes, on the sternomastocyloid. Um, it's a muscle that attaches to the mastoid, the sternum, and the clavicle. I think that's what it's called. I'm finding that, this might look weird, sorry, but I'm finding if I take a hold of, some of the neck muscles and try to pinch them to get them to release, that sometimes opens up my ear a little more, and just relief of the discomfort. So kind of excited about that. Never always perceived the pain and stuff to be more like from the trap, but now I'm starting to realize no, it's more from the side and front. So Dr. Fullerton is pretty fancy with his diagnostic abilities. I also remember, I think it was the first session with Dr. Fullerton when he was just poking and prodding, just seeing what happens, and he was like poking my shoulder joint like right in the front, and I was like, ow, 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 and he did it like 4 times, each time causing me to say ow, and he was like, because it didn't match up with everything else that I said. Everything else that I said being that the tear in the labrum was in the back, which apparently there is a pit in the capsule back there, and all the pain being in the back area. So wouldn't surprise me at all if there is damage or something going on here, as well as, in addition to the stuff that's going on here. So apparently I just really messed myself up good back in high school wrestling. But I feel like, I feel hopeful because now that we're looking to the front, because we're pretty much done with the back. Like that's progress. Progress is being made each time I see him. So I've been doing when I went back into resistance training, I did some of the phase one stuff, and felt rusty, but everything came pretty easy to me. I did real lightweight, slow, controlled movements. I also even worked with my Indian clubs right here. Just, did like 5 swings of each type of thing. And there was 1 or 2 motions where it kind of hurt, but it was the pain that I've associated with like an adhesion tearing or something like that. It didn't feel like an injury pain. So, like I said, I just did the 5 reps and then put it down. And I wasn't in pain. I wasn't in any pain or discomfort after stopping. So, I've done them progressively more and more. The second time, actually, I don't think I even had any of the issues. So really been trying to work on it, and I've actually moved up from these. I think these are 2 pounders. I've moved up to these, which are 2 kilograms, so 4.5 pounds, and that's really working my grip strength more than anything. Kind of excited, so uh, and it doesn't bother my shoulder, so I'm real happy. Um, I still think that it's still a little hard for me to pinch, pull my shoulder blades back. That's, I guess you could think of it as sticking my chest out, but that taking the shoulder blades and pulling them down, it's still really easy on the side, and then on the side it's like, yeah. I think though that I've got better control of it. So although maybe they're having a hard time going down because the muscles up here in the front of my shoulder are pulling on the scapula, pulling it up. I don't know. So I actually went and saw my physical therapist who does dry needling, and he found a huge, huge knot on my pec, probably a result of the trauma of the PRP injection. And when he addressed that, it definitely kind of opened up my ear a little bit. So it's weird, like I can feel the relaxation in certain parts of my ear, and it's like there's more than one muscle pulling on my ear, so each one is getting less and less. I don't know. So I haven't been able to really push myself that hard because I don't have a barbell or heavy weight, because I don't have access to a gym, because I don't have a car right now. But I've been able to do dumbbell squats and a couple other things, and I definitely feel a lot more stable on my left side than I did previously. I didn't realize how wobbly I was, but now I'm much less wobbly. So that's an interesting little improvement that I've made. It's been over a year now since seeing Dr. Fullerton, and I kind of told myself that year was the cutoff, but I keep seeing improvements, and I keep getting excited at how good am I gonna feel after the next treatment, and I don't want to stop until I'm 100%, until I'm not in pain anymore. I think that's a pretty reasonable thing to want, and thankfully I have the means to be able to do this. And I always like to take care of things. I like to take care of my car. I like to take care of my kitchen knives. I like to take care of my butcher's block. I like to take care of anything and everything that's important to me. And probably one of the things that's most important to me is my body. And so I want to, if you haven't got your health, what do you have? So it's kind of my motivation for keep plugging away. I think some people would have quit by now, but I keep seeing improvements and I keep liking it. So I'll post another comment just if anything's changing, or even if nothing's changing, I'll report in later. So this is Adam, signing off.